Hello again, welcome back to another development log. So, I realize it's been like a month. I had finals, had a paper, I wanted to wait until that was over and done with before I recorded another log. And I had a bug that was plaguing this for the longest time, and I'll explain it after I show what I've done. But it was frustrating, and I didn't want to show a log with this happening, because at this point it was a step backward. I wanted to make sure everything was ironed out and go forward from there. So, yeah, the new feature. I believe it's on 91. Somewhere in the AI, there's the AI role. Currently, only healer actually does anything, but there's a healer role now. So if I go ahead and maximize this, pay attention to the blue slimes, or whatever they are at this point. One of them, let's see, which one? Not seeing. Ooh, one's already dead. Ooh. I think something bugged. Alright, let's try it one more time. There's a slight chance the healer doesn't actually spawn with a healing spell. I know that sounds kind of bizarre, but very, very slight. There we go. If you notice the little healing aura pop up, I believe that one's acting. Yep, that one's acting as the healer. Just healed that one. Yeah, healed itself. And it should make the blue group last significantly longer, despite the fact that the reds have 500 health. I think it was 500. The blues are maintaining, keeping most of them up. I know one fell down, but only 100 health is kind of easy to take down. Now it's 3-on-1, so I believe... Yep, oops, well... Another blue one died. Friendly fire. And the red killed itself. Alright, well, let's see if they heal each other. I believe their health isn't at full. Well, let's check, I guess. Oh, interesting. Alright. Oh, wait, the healer died, that's why. Awkward. So I think... Yeah, if the healer dies, it'll bug out. Healer doesn't exist. The party should exist. Leader died, so it should update the leader. Alright, well, that needs to be done next. Because right now they're just walking around on their own. They lost their leader. Normally they'd cluster up. Alright, so I realize this doesn't sound like much, but I also have a couple models that I've built. They're not necessarily great, but they're something. Actually, they're weapon models. They're more swords, more spears. I haven't done another weapon type, mostly because I don't intend to do animations for another weapon type for a little while. Up next is attempting to package this back into some sort of multiplayer thing. Connect the multiplayer to the AI. Right now, the multiplayer will have the AI running solely on the server. There won't be any distribution. I know I mentioned that there would be, but right now that's going to go way over my head. I'll deal with it one at a time. Right now, the distribution will be you and your summon or summons will be calculated on your computer, and everything else is done on the server. But until then, it's still just this simulation over here. I'll at least attempt to get it done soon. I have no idea how long it's going to take. If I get partially stuck, I'll probably show this part with credit. I just didn't really want to show the bug that these ones had. So what would happen was the healer would notice, I don't know, a teammate was low on health, heal the teammate, but then to do that had to set the teammate as its target, and the target is the target that it needs to attack. So it would heal a teammate, continuously attack it, then heal it again, and then all the other ones would turn on the main one because they had attacked them, but they wouldn't actually directly attack each other because they were teammates. Oops. And yeah, it was bad. the blue ones were killing themselves before the red and the green could even do anything about it. And they'd cluster up and wouldn't actually walk anywhere because they get stuck on each other. But now they transition in and out of combat fine again. So, no issues. Yeah, it's good. I know it sounds like a minuscule thing, but it was difficult because I had to find some way to keep track of allies, but have a separate role from the main AI. It went over my head, but ended up managing to fix it, and it works. So I think I'll be moving into the multiplayer section soon, reconnecting it. I've been designing and getting some help designing some armors or characters, I guess. They don't have personalities, so more like armors. And intend to implement them after I get the multiplayer functioning. I'll try to deal with armors and such. But yeah, I guess I'll go pull up the weapons now. This is the first of the two swords. It's kind of basic. Just figured I'd do something a little bit like the original sword, but give it a bit more detail. So it's got the little groove that runs along the blade. I don't know if you can see it. It should be going there. I don't know what the quality of the video is going to do to it. A little bump, I guess. Different top to the hilt between the hilt and blade. But, or between the handle and blade, whoops. Yeah, not much else. Just basic design. Something to act as another sword. One of the new spears is some sort of leaf-bladed spear, in a sense. Kind of got the idea from leaf-bladed swords, but figured I'd stick it at the top of a spear instead. Still trying to figure out exactly how the pole size will affect how it's held. I'm pretty sure it's kind of small, so the head could maybe use to be a little bit bigger. I'm not really sure. This one's kind of meh to me. It works, though. I'll probably keep it in, because it's simple enough. I don't know. Act as like some sort of basic spear of sorts. I mean, it's made, so might as well keep it. I guess this sword is somewhat like the leaf-bladed spear, except it's kind of a leaf-bladed sword. I don't know. I like the aesthetic, I think. I'll be putting this in at some point. None of these have textures. I'll get to it later. It's very simple. I'll deal with that at some later point. Makes it a little bit easier. In the meantime, I kind of want to focus on getting the multiplayer back up and running. And my personal favorite. So, this spear is a little bit weird. I don't remember what I was thinking of at one point, but thought came to my mind, scorpion tail? So, this spear was made by using the tip of the tail of a scorpion, stinger included. I didn't actually use any reference for this, so I probably could make it more accurate, but then again, if it ends up being a scorpion enemy type in the game, doesn't need to be accurate so long as it matches the tail. Yeah. I like this one the best. Of all the weapons I've done, I think this one's one of the coolest. So, I do intend on getting this one in, but I also don't know what I'm going to texture it with, because I don't want to do metal. I want it to seem more biological, at least the tip. I'm not sure about the stock here. That might... I don't know. I'll figure that one out at some other point. Needless to say, I want to make this one as soon as possible. Still, though, multiplayer takes precedence. When that's done, though, I think I'll focus on putting in some other weapons and some more animations. So yeah, again, I'm sorry this one's been a while. I know there's probably not very much, but I've been way too busy to actually get anything done on this. I'll be off for about a month, so I should be able to make some significant tweaks as compared to, the progress that it's been over the past 2 months or so, but it's reaching the point where I think the AI is done. Not done, but enough that they're functional. In the meantime, now I need to get the multiplayer up and functional, and then I'll have to refine the entire system as a whole. Once that's functioning, I can start adding more features, refine them as a group, and see what happens. Go from there. So, yeah. Also been thinking a lot more about lore and the map and other things, other details that I hadn't really considered before. So I'm not going to say anything yet because nothing's set in stone, but I have certainly considered it, along with some upcoming features and various other things. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in this week, and, or I guess not this week, this time, but, yeah, as soon as I, get better features or get upgraded, variations of the, I guess, the previous multiplayer feature, I will, do another log. Until then, thanks for watching.